Hey guys, Jamie Faye here, Millennial Life and Relationship Coach. And this video is all about how girls or women run the world of business. Because did you know that women run businesses actually have larger profit margins than male run businesses overall? That's really exciting to hear, right? So like me, that just really makes me feel empowered and something that I want to remind you of or tell you about if you've never heard it before. So if you're watching this live or watching the replay, thanks so much for being here. If you don't know me yet, I'm Jamie Faye, Millennial Life and Relationship Coach. And this video is part of my Facebook Lives that are about women in business. So we'll just get right into it. I want to remind you before we start that if you don't already like my Facebook business page, Jamie Faye, Millennial Life and Relationship Coach, please get on that so that when I do videos on that page, you also get notified. So just click follow and get notifications. So when you hop on, please say hi. I would love to give you a shout out. And let's get into this amazing topic. So as I was saying before, isn't it crazy and exciting to know that women-run businesses actually have larger profit margins, not just revenue, profit margins, bigger ones than male-run businesses. So that's really exciting, right? So if you want to pick up a book about this topic, you can check out Margaret Heffernan. I have two mentors in the leadership work that I do, or work that I do with women solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, Simon Sinek, whom many of you probably know, and Margaret Heffernan. So I love her. I love her books as well. I read both of their books and study their methods and use them. So definitely check her out. She's got a great TED Talk also. So there are six basic reasons why women-run businesses are more successful in many ways. And then in the results department, in the place that we're looking for like that, oh yeah, so they're more successful. Well, what about the results? What about the money that they make? What about the profits that they make? So the reasons behind this are so fascinating and incredible and are really going to, I hope, remind you about who you are and who you want to be, whether you're a manager, an employee, or you have a business, or you one day want to have a business. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, yeah, one day I would like to have my own business, or I wish I could be a better manager. I want to grow in these skills and I want to make money too, obviously. Who doesn't want to make money and have freedom and security and all these wonderful things that you deserve? Everyone deserves that. So the first reason that women-run businesses rule in profits is women are more connected to their why. They're more connected to the reason behind why they created their business, and who they're serving and how they're serving them. So that's number one. Number two, if anything is not clear, just let me know. But I think that most of these reasons are pretty self-explanatory, and in some I'll get into a little more detail. Number two is women are passionate about the way they do business. They're very passionate about how systems are set up, how people are treated. And yes, men are too. None of this is about bashing men. This is just proven based on hundreds of interviews and research and case studies that Margaret Heffernan has done and other scholars like her in the area of business. So they really just care about how it gets done. And I can totally relate to that, right? Like, I want whomever I employ or work with to know that I have the best intention at heart, and I want them to know that and feel that and have it come out in everything I do. So if you're watching this, I would love to know, like, is that something that comes up for you? A challenge maybe where you work, where you're saying, well, we do great work, but how we do it in the office, or I'm not comfortable with how we're operating on the outside or on the inside. I can tell you that I've experienced this where I felt like a non-alignment between what was happening in the office I was working at or what was happening outside in different times, in different positions that I've had throughout my life. So this can be really common. So that if that rings true for you, then there's always something you can do. Ask me and I'll be happy to tell you. So number 3 is women are more likely to have people-centric businesses. What does that mean? So Simon Sinek talks about this a lot if you follow him. A people-centric business is when the owner or CEO or whoever is really running the operations really cares about the people working there and really cares about their not just their livelihood, their quality of life, their family, that they're growing professionally and personally all the time. And women-run businesses are much more people-centric because women are more naturally, but also in the culture that we live in. You can check out the video I did the other day about what was it about how to get paid what you deserve and about how women function currently in our like westernized culture. So what's important about that? Women become motivated often to open businesses for their own reason, but they stay in business longer and longer than men because they feel a strong responsibility to their employees, and they usually don't even call them their employees, to the people that they work with or the people that they work for. It becomes very easy for them to see their employees as people that they serve. And it's funny, right? It's their business. They're making maybe the profit, but they see the people that they work with and work for them as the people that they serve and not just their customers, which if you know Simon Sinek, you know that that's the way to go. Because as a manager or as a business owner, you need to serve the people that work for your business because they are the people that are in touch with the end consumer or customer. So what else? Women are nurturing the people and not just their dream, which goes really well with what we were talking about before. What else? Also, women in regards to people-centric, companies, they hire not just based on skills, and sometimes not for skills at all, but for core beliefs. So what do I mean by that? It means that women will hire people even if they don't necessarily have the skills for something because they feel that the core beliefs of this person or this group of people is so in alignment with the core beliefs of themselves and their company. An example of this was, I'm forgetting the name right now, but I'll write it in the comments, this wonderful woman who had this company and she didn't have any funding and she hired immigrants in America who didn't have any education and so she could afford them. She hired them. She trained them in computer skills and taught them English and all this. And over decades, they worked in her company and worked their way up to management and executive positions because she saw these people as good people. She thought and gave them the 100% the benefit of that they were intelligent people and that she could train them. And so she trained them in really high level technical skills, taught them English, brought in people to teach them both English and these skills, and gave them the opportunity of a lifetime where they then could support their families in ways that they never could have as immigrants without proper English skills and proper education. So I'll put that in the comments who that was. I can't remember her name. Okay. If you're liking this, let me know. Pop me a like or a heart so I know. I saw some hearts. Thanks so much for that. I really appreciate it so that more people will see this video and get inspired and in thinking about whether they want to create their own business or how they can change the business that they work in or they're a manager or anything like that. So the fourth reason that women run businesses, rule the world, and rule in profits is their values are central to everything. So women-run businesses are much more value-centric and will pay a lot more attention to making sure that the values of the company are precise and they are totally threaded through and sewn through all the systems and all the workings of the company. So a really good example of this is Eileen Fisher. So I want to give an example that a lot of people might hear of this clothing brand, Eileen Fisher. She is an incredible example of someone who has values. And as her company grew and she started to notice that it was getting a little bit gray, no pun intended, because a lot of her clothing is like very simple and gray and black and white, is that she started hiring people to be responsible for making sure that the values continued to be stable throughout the entire company. So she has like a head of culture, a head of something consciousness, so that she makes sure that what she teaches, because she lectures all over America and maybe some other places in the world, what she teaches is really what she, what she preaches is really what she does in her own company. Okay, number five. Number five is that women have a very easy way of being connected to their zeitgeist. Now, zeitgeist is this weird word that sometimes doesn't have a very specific definition, but what it means is being connected to like the spirit of your time. It's like an intuition, but it's something that's talked about in business a lot when you really get into reading about leadership and business, and you're really doing that kind of research about what being a really good leader means, or being a really good business trend, like foreseeing things that are happening. People will be talking about the zeitgeist. And what women have, moreover than men, as a rule, of course, there are many men who are really aware of both sides, have this sensing zeitgeist, which means that women run businesses. One of the reasons that many of them have bigger profit margins is because women are really good about seeing the big picture and seeing trends and patterns over a period of time, even decades or 5 years or many years. And then they notice it, and then they can go and foresee a trend. And then they create a niche, and then they dominate that niche. So that is one of the reasons why women and girls run the world in business. The zeitgeist is something that is just known for star performers. When you talk about star performers in companies, big and small, huge corporations, multi-billion-dollar corporations to a startup, the zeitgeist ability is something that sets you apart. So if you're thinking, what is that? I have that. Great. So that means that you have the ability to set your own business apart, or just set the business that you work in apart, and make sure that people are seeing that in you. Or are they blinded? It's the opposite of tunnel vision. Okay. So when you're like, oh my gosh, my boss has such tunnel vision, or they just don't get it, or that person's never going to succeed because they're so like stuck in their thing with blinders on, that is the opposite of zeitgeist. I hope that metaphor helps. Is this making sense? I would love to know if this is like, okay, I'm getting this. Interesting. Okay, sixth reason is women combine rational thinking with intuitive thinking. And you're thinking, what? Really? Women have the ability to use both sides of the brain much more than men currently in Western society, as a rule, of course, do. So Daniel Pink calls this In a Whole New Mind. It's a great book. I don't have it because I gave it away a long time ago, but I've read it a couple of times, about the androgynous mind, which means a mind that's neither masculine or feminine. It means that we're using both sides of the brain equally, and that's what makes us good at business. And currently, right now, and where we are in our history, women are better at this. So oftentimes you'll hear things like women are too emotional, or women, what are you going with your gut, your intuition, what are you talking about? It's actually proven that women are better at looking rationally at all the facts, and also combining their gut intuitive feeling with the zeitgeist. And that just makes them better decision makers. But that's for another video. Okay, so that's the 6 reasons. I'll just review them if you're joining now. We've got women are more connected to their why. Women are passionate about the way they do business and not just what they're doing. They're more people-centric and run people-centric businesses. Number 4 is they put values in everything they do, which just makes for a better business. 5, they have an amazing sensing zeitgeist. And 6, women combine rational and intuitive thinking. And those are 6 of the incredible reasons why women-run businesses are just have bigger profit margins and just amazing. So if you got a business and you want to keep that that momentum going, or you're saying, I want that. I want to be one of those businesses that has all of these amazing things. You can do it. And I would love, 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 love to hear about what you're building. And I definitely recommend this book and anything Margaret Heffernan does, and Simon Sinek, because I love them both. And if you would love support in how to combine your incredible abilities as a woman into your business and to make it profitable using your innate abilities, your intuition, your rational thinking, your values, your mission, all of that, I would love to work with you. So don't be a stranger and reach out to me. And what else I want to say? That's it. If you like this video and you found value in it, please share it with your girlfriends, your mothers, your daughters, because I know that there is something in here for everyone, and every woman needs to hear this, because this is just not stuff we talk about enough. So thank you so much. Have an awesome Sunday and a great week ahead. And I look forward to seeing you soon on Jamie Live. Bye.